Welcome in, airing it out, Fubo Sports Network.
I'm a loser again.
Orlando, we're going to get into his losing ways. But Orlando Scandrick, I'm TJ Houshmandzadeh.
I'm a loser.
Divisional round of the playoffs.
Got a booger in my nose.
He has his shades on. He has a lot of rest. He's just, he's upset because he's paying my gas money for the year now. Pretty much that's what it's going to boil down to. Let's just get right into it. The last game of the day was actually the best game of the weekend. For some reason, every game was a blowout, minus the Cowboys and the 49ers. And let's just go straight to this because it was the last play, and everybody keeps talking about it, and I'll give you my opinion on it. But what was your thoughts, the last play of the game, Cowboys-Niners?
What the fuck was that? I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to pitch it around and have some linemen out there to block. But if you go back, Dalton Schultz is a player that they think highly of. And to not drag the foot and take away the attempt is that's just undisciplined. It's
the dragging of the foot. It's the not making sure you're not going backwards when you step out of bounds.
Forgot about that one.
It's just a lackadaisical effort in a big moment in the playoffs. You franchised him, and that's the type of effort he gave you. It literally, you thought the way he was acting was a preseason game.
But TJ, when I look at the Dallas Cowboys, and I know a lot of people over there, I don't see a lot of upside. Dak hasn't really played well without Amari Cooper. He struggled before he had Coop. Then he gets Coop from the Raiders midway through the season. He takes off. Amari Cooper has he's had ability. You can put him at the X and tell him get open. I don't think CeeDee Lamb is a number one receiver.
This is the thing. Now, let me comment on the last play. I don't mind the last play. You're not scoring anyway, so it don't matter. Everybody, what was that? It don't matter. You're not scoring anyway. The probability of, just say that play worked pretty damn well.
That shit ain't never worked.
You're not scoring. Because look, this is what happens. You practice it, and in practice, it looks pretty damn good. You know why? Because when Zeke snaps the ball, is somebody gonna run Zeke over in practice? Hell no, they not running him over in practice.
He was ineligible.
It don't matter. Nobody's gonna run. He's ineligible, but he's able to get a lateral once you start that. But everything works in practice because the intensity of practice, guys operate differently. If I'm a coach, somebody is gonna steal this eventually, and they might as well start it now. Why do you even put a lineman on the field?
What?
If you're gonna just lateral the ball, why not just go all skill guys? DBs, corners, tight ends. Why do you put an offensive lineman on the field? All skill guys that can run.
Block.
Block.
That's what they wanted, some blocks.
How many times have we seen a lineman get the ball? I don't even want Dak on the field. I don't even want my quarterback on the field. I can get anybody to snap it and toss it to somebody, and now we can play the lateral game.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I wasn't even looked at. The game was over by then.
Right. So it's people keep making this.
Why are we even talking about this?
Because your boy, what's his name? Your boy in here. He's in here. What you call him?
Davey P.
Davey P brought up the last play of the game. And I said the last play doesn't matter. They were losing anyway.
We're going to have to sit down in one episode. We're just going to have Davey P here. We're going to have to educate him.
Now.
Because he asked TJ, he goes, you going to go live from the Bengals game, AFC Championship? He said, how?
The game is in Kansas City, baby. Now.
Wait, the recess bell that I hear?
Oh, wow. He good. We just started. Now, can the Cowboys, or will the Cowboys, they're not will, can the Cowboys win a Super Bowl with Dak as their quarterback?
I don't see it. But they don't have an identity. They were a running team, and now they want to. I don't know what they are. The Cowboys are fucked up right now.
That's such a loaded question that I asked. Can they win a Super Bowl with Dak? Obviously, when you pay Dak the amount you pay him, everybody in that organization.
That's the fucking going rate for quarterbacks, though. That's the going rate.
And this is where it's kind of crazy that quarterback is the only position where, I'm next. So I leapfrog the guy that is better than me. Why do quarterbacks leapfrog a quarterback that's better than him in pay because
have they
you're
did
next?
That, though?
No other position does that.
Have they done that?
No other position.
I mean, I don't know. These quarterbacks getting paid so much. I don't know. Like, did it's like the guarantee that
It's good for the guys coming up that happens. But no other position, you don't see a top receiver saying, hey, so-and-so got this, so I deserve this. Now, Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, they'll get more than Tyreek Hill. But it's just, when you pay Dak what you pay him,
they
everybody
had to, though.
in that
They put
organization-
themselves in that position by keep holding it off.
when you're the Cowboys, yes, they could have got Dak for probably 31, 32 a year, and they end up hurting themselves. But when they gave him that contract, they all thought, Dak can win us a Super Bowl.
I didn't.
Today in that building, they're all second-guessing them saying, I'm not so sure.
Bro, it just looks so dysfunctional from the outside. Like, you get McCarthy, and he inherits a OC from a staff that was fired.
Because Kellen Moore was hot. He was a hot young coach. They wanted him to stay on the staff. But this is a key. If you
know what happened before that? Who did that before that? Jason Garrett.
Just look at this, though. Look at the 4 teams remaining. Look at the 4 teams remaining. You have the Bengals. You have the Chiefs. You have the Eagles. You have the Niners.
You on your shit today.
Those are teams.
You on your shit today.
Just look at Jalen Hurts. Let's go Jalen Hurts first. Really good team around him. 2 really good receivers, a good running back, the best O-line in the game, really good D-line, good linebackers, good secondary, great overall team. Let's go to the Niners. Good O-line, good receivers, good running back, great D-line, great linebackers, great secondary. That's a team. Let's go to the Bengals. I went on the network on Friday and they were asking me, oh, are you concerned with the Bengals?
Though. You was concerned with the O-line, so don't you get up here and lie.
You know what I said on Friday, though? You know what I said on Friday? Because, I watch a little film. I do my research.
Oh, you said the other guy was a high-level player.
Jackson Carman was drafted high. He played at Clemson, the best of the best. I was a backup at one point. You were a backup at one point. And so when we got a chance to play, you think everybody thought, oh, man, what's going to happen? Yeah. And what happened? We went there and did our thing, and we became starters.
Oh, yeah.
And so just because you're a backup does not mean you can't play. Jackson Carman stepped up and showed, I can play in this league as a starter. And that's what I said. I felt like his pedigree, he would step up, and he did. But the Bengals have a good O-line.
I don't want to cut you off.
Great skill players.
This seems like just you're naming organizations that are just ran well, that are.
But for years, the Bengals were never thought of that way. They were never thought of that way. Once the Eagles fired Doug Peterson, the Eagles are like, oh, are they dysfunctional? Are they being ran the correct way? So the Bengals, really good defense across the board. Yeah. Kansas City, good O-line, good skill players, probably the best tight end ever played.
Best coach in football, though.
So my whole point is
best
saying
coach in football.
The Chiefs have.
You hear me? Best coach in football. Acknowledge it.
He's one of.
Who is the best?
I don't know it's too subjective.
Okay.
But my whole point is this: every team that's remaining, they're exactly what I just said. Team. And Joe Burrow and Mahomes and Hurts and even Purdy now, they're getting a ton of credit.
If Brock Purdy, if you listened, I'm sorry, man.
But just think about that. They have a team. When you look at the Cowboys, they have a good O-line. Like that left tackle, Tyler Smith, he's good. He's going to be a good player. I seen Tyron Smith at right tackle throw Joey Bosa out the club yesterday. Yeah. The Cowboys
won the Hall of Fame, man.
The Cowboys have a good team, but they lack on the outside. It's CeeDee Lamb and it's who else?
The crazy part that they thought
Schultz, you franchise him and he does that.
They thought they was gonna trot out there Michael Gallup off of an ACL and James Washington.
But this is my point is we can point the finger at Dak and say he didn't play well. Yeah, he threw that comeback late as hell. Should not have thrown it.
But any other time you would have been, that's a shitty route by the receiver. He didn't come back down the field.
It wasn't, I don't know if they run comebacks because he didn't turn outside. It could have been a pivot route and he just kind of stopped. But I think he stopped because the DB really jumped it. I don't know, but Dak threw that late. Was it a great route? No, it wasn't. It wasn't a great route. But Dak threw that ball extremely late. The next pick to CeeDee Lamb is cover 2, in the nickel defender. He squeezed CD.
Bro,
He
not
had-
even really. CD should have got stop. You got to stop. You don't run through zones.
It looked like that was it was almost like we called it a jerk route where you could sit, you can break inside, you can break outside. Coverage maybe confuse them. So anytime it was cover 2 for us, we would just sit there.
Yeah.
The jerk was off now. The jerk was only if it was cover 4 a man.
Yeah.
But Dak does not have the weapons
Bro, but
of the remaining teams.
When you make $40 million, you got to cover up some things. They expect you to do that.
Hey, to a certain degree, but the way the quarterback, will CeeDee Lamb, would he start on the Bengals?
Yes.
The Eagles?
Yes, he will.
You think so?
Yes,
Who
he will.
going to the bench for the Bengals?
Boyd.
I'm not so sure of that. Is he starting on the Eagles?
Yes.
No, wait. See, you 3 receiver sets. I'm talking. We going regular I formation. Is
No.
he starting on the Bengals?
No.
Is he starting on the Eagles?
No.
Is he starting on the Niners?
Yeah.
Who going to the bench?
Ayuk.
Nah. No,
I
he
don't
ain't.
know. I mean, that's subjective.
And
I'm not
so
gonna get
this
it.
is my point. Is
Dak
didn't play
14 heavy
well.
yards.
Dak didn't play well, but he does not have what the remaining teams have. He doesn't have that. And we didn't even talk really the tight ends. Like, Dalton Schultz isn't Hayden Hurst, Travis Kelce,
The Cowboys
George
got
Kittle,
fucking talent, man.
Dallas Goddard.
We're not
Like,
about
I'm
to do
trying
this.
to. The
No, we're not gonna
Cowboys
do
do
this. They
have
have
talent.
talent.
They have talent. But the remaining teams have more talent around the
The
quarterback.
Cowboys are 2 turnovers.
That's all I'm saying.
The difference between them and that game last night was the turnovers. In the red zone.
Yes.
In the red zone. They fucked up in the red zone. You can't play without a kicker. They playing without a kicker. Instead of them kicking it, they go for it, they get the 4th down.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next play he throws the interception. You should have just took the 3. You can't leave points on the field.
If you weren't going to have the confidence in the kicker, you should have got rid of him.
It's
And
just-
then he kind of
Bro,
came through.
I literally am like
and you
sick.
say, oh, the one that got blocked. He was missing that. Well, I know Robbie Gould kicked that field goal, it veered left and came back in. So how do we know that he wasn't going to make that? But the Cowboys
That one
got
hurt. That one hurt. That losing that $500 hurt.
The Cowboys got eliminated.
It hurt.
Before, we got 2 questions. You keeping Mike McCarthy?
At this point, I have to. I need some
I'm keeping
continuity.
him. I don't. He wasn't at fault. They played a good game, offensively and defensively.
Cowboys they stink, bro.
Dak didn't play well,
They fucking stink.
and it
Let's just
happened.
say it.
What you doing with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard? Tony Pollard fractured fibula.
3 to 4 months, I gotta offer him a deal. But I can't give him a franchise tag. I need to offer him a deal. I don't know what his market. I don't know.
Listen, that injury, he coming back full go.
That's fine.
He's gonna be
but
fine.
in my mind, I'm gonna use that to say, hey, you.
But if anybody, his agent and they not going for that. He'll be ready to go in the offseason.
But he's really a running back. I mean, not a running back, a wide receiver, like a slot receiver.
What are you gonna do with him and Zeke?
I gotta keep him, and I gotta draft somebody else on Zeke.
Zeke gotta go?
Thank you. I mean, I appreciate everything you did for me, but it's time to.
He got to go.
Yes.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I
Father Time
said
is
2 more
undefeated.
questions. Bruh, Brock Purdy and what he's done for the Niners after I thought he would do okay. You thought he was going to be absolute
Shit.
ass.
But what he has impressed me with is not his throws that he makes. It's the time when he gets
your
rid of the ball.
quarterback next year?
When he throws the ball away, absolutely, he's going
Trey
into.
Lance gone?
He my quarterback until you're not my quarterback.
We agree on that one as well. Like, when you get an opportunity, I just said this earlier, and you take advantage of it, it's your opportunity now. This is his job. Yeah, you gave up 3
Wally
first-round
Pip,
picks.
it's Wally Pip, they call it.
Yeah, you gave up 3 first-rounders to get Trey Lance. Trey Lance got hurt. Jimmy G gets hurt, and you come in the ball. This is your job.
Brock
moving
Purdy
forward.
allows them to have that quarterback on a lower salary and address other issues.
But Trey Lance did as well.
No. Trey Lance he's backup now.
No, he's 100% the backup. Do they trade him or do they just keep him on the team?
No, keep him. What? It's a good contract.
Do you want at least, you probably can get a 2nd-round pick for Trey Lance right now. The longer you wait.
From who?
I'm going to just say right
Argonauts?
now.
The
Tennessee
CFL?
Tennessee Titans.
Fuck no.
Tennessee Titans will give up a 2nd for Trey Lance.
No.
They'll give up a 2nd.
Okay.
Somebody give up a 2nd.
Next.
So we'll see. Now, the Bengals and Bills. Why you didn't want to bet on that game?
Bro, I like remember I said that the Bengals owed the Bills, and then I changed it because I was just like, I'm gonna think negative. Remember, I was like, the Bengals, they owe the Bills.
The Bills for the last, 3 years have been consistently one of the best teams in the league. They were everyone's favorite to win a Super Bowl this year. They falter. What do they need to do to get over the hump? Because the blame has to go somewhere. That's just what we do in sports.
Their defense has taken a step back from, they lost Von Miller. That was a big, if you look at them the first game of the season, I remember JVP, are they running Josh Allen too much? And now you look at the last game, they're barely running Josh Allen and they're not getting after the passer.
I'll say this.
Injuries too, though. They had 3 safeties out.
Yeah. Poyer was hurt, Micah Hyde, then DeMar Hamlin, then his backup. But the Bills are too reliant on Josh Allen.
When you pay somebody that much money, you have to be relying on them.
Wait, the Cowboys paid Dak.
They got to be relying on him. And now they fucking getting ready to go to
I will say this. I believe
Cabo.
Once Josh had that elbow injury, that played a part in the team's, I wouldn't say downfall, but uneven
let's take
performances.
a step back for a second. It's, we both play. It's really fucking hard to get to the AFC and NFC championship.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fucking hard.
You
it's
gotta
not
be
a
special.
series. It's you got to play
be
your
special.
best football game at the right time.
You know where that game turned at? Not many people talking about this. Is Gabe Davis beat Cam Britt on a go ball. He dropped that ball. Cam Britt didn't knock that ball out. That ball was coming out before Cam Britt put his arm in there. That ball was dropped.
But see, Gabe Davis has not taken a step
if
back.
he catches that ball, it's probably a touchdown because he's going to catch it and run. It's a different ball game. And not many are talking about that. Like when they showed the replay, that ball hit here and was coming out, then Cam Britt's arm came in. He didn't knock that ball out. That was a drop. That changes the complexion of that game.
Yeah, but the Bills was just there is a bad matchup for the Bengals. The
Bengals
Bengals literally spread you out, and Joe Burrow, bro, he's a bad motherfucker.
Joe Burrow, he that dude.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, this matchup with the Chiefs is going to be interesting. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of treatment you get. I don't care how often you get treatment. You got a high ankle sprain, that shit hurt.
Well,
he on crutches today.
What I think is going to be even more difficult is the Bengals play zone, so everything that he was getting against the Bengals is secondary plays, like moving with his feet.
Yeah.
If you can't move. Ooh.
Bro, right now, he has a boot on or he's on crutches.
Boot.
Like, I don't think people, swollen. You and
But
Pat,
people don't
y'all
understand
light skin,
the high.
His is purple.
But hold on, though. Listen.
Like my skin don't
Let's
change
explain the high ankle,
discoloration.
though.
Your shit turns purple and green.
Let's explain the high ankle. The regular ankle just rose in.
Yes.
The high ankle, it rose. It's on the inside.
Yeah. And so it's going to be interesting that if he doesn't have that mobility to make secondary plays once the play breaks down. And the Jags, y'all did well on defense, but I'm not letting nobody catch 10 passes in the first half and I don't give them extra attention. Travis Kelce
NFL
had
coaches.
10 receptions in the first half. They was throwing the ball to nobody else.
See, I cannot watch a game with you because you are like helter-skelter. Like right now, you're giving me anxiety. Like I'm like, shit, I feel like I'm playing again. That's why people say being a fan is worse than being a player.
You go into a game and you should take away what a team wants to do. Now, when they had Tyreek Hill, it's like, okay, I take away.
So what do they do to Kelce? They just double him? Because they're just gonna fucking run it down your throat.
Nah, you got to be able to. It's a guessing game. When it's a for sure passing situation, you're not throwing the ball to Kelce. That's a fact. You're throwing to somebody else. And I feel like the DBs can match up with the Chiefs receivers. They not big creators of separation.
The Chiefs run a lot of RPO.
Juju,
shit ton of RPO.
RPOs don't matter if you play man-to-man.
Yeah, they matter for that linebacker.
RPOs don't matter if you
Because the
play
linebacker
man-to-man.
just getting to the window.
If you playing head up the inside,
Bro, that shit matters. When
and they wanted
with
those slants and seams.
Hear me out. When I was in camp with Philly, we practiced against the Ravens. They did all of this RPO shit in practice, bro. It fucked up anything. It was just.
But if you're playing zone, yes, Juju is not creating separation. Hardman is fast, but he ain't been playing.
I told you he wasn't playing.
And so, Kadarius Toney, he's more of a gadget guy. At least that's how they use him. Sky Moore, the same thing. Valdez-Scantling down the field. Justin Watson down the field. Everything evolves around Travis Kelce. Take him out and let's see what they can do.
I mean,
Bengals
nobody
have
ain't been able to take this dude out in 7 years.
This game is going to be interesting because the Bengals have beat them.
You've been playing too much Madden.
The last 3 games. I'm cold as hell in Madden too. You don't play Madden, huh?
Nope, I don't.
This game will be interesting just because the Bengals beat them this year, beat them last year in the regular season, knocked them out of the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. But the Chiefs are good.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
Even if Mahomes is at 70%, he's still dangerous. It's not like, oh, the Bengals are going to win this game. Mahomes is still dangerous. Andy Reid is still that good of a coach. It's just interesting. Let's go back to the Bills because people are making over Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen.
Every single great receiver yells at his quarterback.
No, I have no problem with that.
This is another Davey P question.
I have no problem with it.
Sometimes I yell at Davey P when I don't agree.
I don't have a problem with you're competitive. You're a competitor, you're passionate, you realize the game is lost. Why didn't you throw me the ball on 4th down and I'm the best receiver? I get that part of it because the competitor in you comes out. But what I don't like is this. Game ends. And they said he left the locker room. A player had to go get him, bring him back. And obviously, this is hearsay. We don't know if this is the truth or not. Sean McDermott gives his speech to the team. As soon as it's over, Stephon Diggs gets out of town.
But I mean, this is Stephon Diggs, though.
But listen.
This is the guy we have learned to love. This is the same issue he had in Minnesota.
When you're a leader on the team, and when you think leaders on the team, you think Josh Allen, you think Stephon Diggs, you may think Poyer, Tre'Davious White, Tremaine Edmonds, maybe Ed Oliver. I don't know. But when you're a leader on the team, if you want them cameras in your face when you win, you got to take them cameras in your face when you lose. Because your
people
teammates
is going to be who they are. Like people are going to be who they are. You can't change people. You cannot change a person. People are going to be who they are.
And I get what you're saying. My whole point is, you can't grin when you win. This is an O-ism. And sing the blues when you lose.
That's sound like some shit my grandpa was
saying. Yeah. So that's like, when we win, I'm standing in front of that locker. Here, let's go ahead and knock this interview out. But when we lose, I book it. Now everybody else got to answer these questions. When I'm a leader on a team, and I know they want to talk to me.
I don't really like to go, like, this is not my expertise when I start talking about people's character because I don't.
It has nothing to do with character. It's just, to a certain degree it does. Yeah. It's just that I felt like a bad decision was made because he was upset. You got to face the music. Because when you win, obviously we're different. You got to be able to deal with it. If you can enjoy success, we got to be able to.
I'm not saying that he wasn't dealing with it. I just think that maybe it was better for him at the time to take himself out of that environment.
100%, it was better for him in his eyes because he probably didn't want to say something he would have regretted. But it's not fair to the rest of those guys that had to stand in the face of those cameras. You don't think they want to get out of there as well?
No, I don't. I mean, I do, but fuck.
So that's probably
just nitpicking right now. This is Davey P. This is all Davey P.
I don't have a problem with.
Here's a question. How do you think that resonated with his teammates? Just to go back to that.
Stephon Diggs' body of work is fucking it is his body of work.
No, I don't agree with that because your body of work is what you do on the field. We expect that, and I say this because I played with Chad. His body of work was pristine, like the Hall of. If Chad don't get in the Hall of Fame, all these receivers that get in the Hall of Fame is bullshit. Because all these receivers know they wasn't better than Chad. Okay. They know in their heart of hearts they couldn't fuck with Chad.
Okay.
And Chad, on the field, his body of work spoke for itself.
Bro, but if what I'm saying his teammates are gonna be mad because he left the locker room.
No,
like,
your body of work,
fucking grown
your
man.
body of work doesn't give you an excuse to kind of do whatever you want. That's all I'm saying.
When you're a grown man, you look in the mirror first. So all of this, his teammate shit, ruined the Jets' season. The Jets was rolling. They was 6-3, and they was he let his teammates down. Then they want to play the fucking musical chairs of quarterback, ruin their season. When you get into being nitpicky and cutting off your nose to spite your face, it's never a good thing.
All I'm gonna say is this: I don't have a problem with the yelling, and I don't have a problem. And we don't see a lot of Bills interviews out here, so I don't know how often he interviews when they win or when they lose. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in that situation, season's over, and they'll probably do an interview today or tomorrow. The media will get him in the locker room, and he'll probably answer these questions. There's been times where I didn't want to do interviews. I'm like, but once you calm down, you're fine. If they didn't have that 15-minute buffer, is it 15, 20 minutes for the media? Bruh.
But this is a new day and age, and like everybody is the media on their Instagram, on their Twitter. This is a new day and age. Like, so
I just felt he could have handled it a little better. Now, I don't have a problem with it, but I felt it should have been.
But to say what his teammates think?
When you're a leader on the team, you just got to operate differently. That's just what it is.
I get it.
You're held to a higher standard. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
So if you his teammate, you're thinking like poorly of him?
No. Okay. No, I'm not thinking poorly of him. No, I don't care that he walked out. Because the guys that got interviewed, they may not be on par with him, but they're one of the better players on the team as well. Yeah. And so, no, I don't think differently of him. I just wish he would have handled it differently.
Man, I hate, like, this is the part of, like, the media and, like, podcasting that I hate. Is like, going and, like, criticizing people. Like, I don't know what that man was thinking at the time. I know that Stephon Diggs is
when you lose a playoff game, you pissed.
Yeah, but he's a dude. His character is not in question here.
Hey, Joe Burrow, he the best quarterback in the league?
Joe Burrow is fucking operating like an underdog that's trying to be the top dog.
You know what's so crazy about this Joe Burrow story?
That he said his Super Bowl window is his whole career.
Not even that. Let's just go back. Like, if you really just think about his path to being the first pick, he was at Ohio State, buried on a depth chart. This has been in him since he was at Ohio State.
Bro, let's go back to this stuff. What about when the Bengals had to pick and they were like, is he going to force his way to not go to Cincinnati?
Yeah.
And he like,
and I was one. I was like, hey, if Carson couldn't turn it around, ain't no way Joe turning it around. I told him. I said, bruh, I couldn't have been more wrong. I told the owners when I was in Cincinnati, I said, man, y'all remember when I said this? They probably was surprised I brought it up to them in their face. And they were like, yeah. I was like, and I said my exact words, I'm like, boy, I was wrong as a motherfucker. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. And they just smiled like, yeah, motherfucker.
He came out of nowhere, though.
But just think, if LSU and Ed Orgeron doesn't take a chance on him, we don't even get to witness this, and this was in him
Cream always
the entire time.
Cream always rises to this.
And so his path and his ascension to the top, right now, I think the majority of the people will take Patrick Mahomes over Burrow. But, man, I'm not so sure that Joe Burrow isn't the best quarterback in the league.
I mean, they're two different systems.
If he beats Mahomes again, does the conversation change?
Oh, God.
To me, right now, the way Burrow came into the league just got hurt, came right back. It's like
he was the number one pick for a reason now.
He's special. And he has special players around him on the outside. And this is why I hope the Bengals are proactive and re-sign T. Higgins this offseason. He means a lot to that team. But
can they, though?
They can.
I don't know if
will you? I mean, Jesse Bates is out the door. So, you know, they drafted Daxton Hill, I believe, from Michigan last year. So I believe Jesse Bates is gone. But Joe Burrow, what he's done, this really...
He's a guy. He's the guy.
He's that good.
They're already talking about the extension this offseason for Burrow.
See, where do you hear this stuff at?
Yeah, they say they're being proactive with Joe.
Everybody wanted to sign a extension. At what rate, though?
At this point, Joe Burrow going to get $55, $60 million a year.
Guaranteed.
Because ain't nobody jumping that. Ain't nobody coming after Joe. It's maybe Herbert. And then maybe Trevor Lawrence if he continues his ascension. But that Bills-Bengals game was surprising that, once again, the Bengals coaching staff that nobody talks about.
He's happy.
Adjustments in the second half, second to none.
Bro, I seen a meme that said people think he'd be halftime adjustments is really just orange pills.
And people, hey, I don't know who said it, but when you in this is how halftime work. You come in, at least this is what I would do. I had a box of fruit. I put that shit in the cooler. Halftime, I grab my fruit, set that bitch open. Everybody coming over, let me get something. Nope, bring your own. I'll give them something. No, I eat my fruit.
Asshole.
The coaches would come. Guys would go to the bathroom. Offense here, defense here. Okay, this is what they're doing to us on third down. Okay, this is what we're gonna try to do. Boom, we done. You might make one adjustment. At least that's what they tell you. But before we get together, the coaches, they huddle off to the side for like 10 minutes.
They done been talking already.
Yeah, they huddle off to the side for like 5-6 minutes. So they talked to us literally a good 3 minutes. We might start doing this formation. All right, Housh, when you see this, expect this, okay? Gotcha. That's it. It literally is that much.
It's pretty much the same for defense, too.
But
you see.
So there's no such
You just
thing
see,
as halftime
no, for defense, you just see these are the plays that hurt us. They're going to come back to them.
Yes.
That's what you do. And then
Yes. It's literally how he
goes by
explained it.
fast.
It's just like that. And then your position coach, if it really pertains to you, would be like, they'll sit next to you. Okay, look. This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, I got you. Bow. That's
then
how
you get
it
a little
goes.
piss break, and then you're like, I got
And so,
piss break.
but the Bengals have done, you just go to last year's playoffs. You go to this year's games. In the second half, I don't know if that defense just locks in.
Oh, they got some really good fucking players.
They shut people down.
They got some really good players.
And the crazy thing is the Bengals don't have a corner on the outside that a lot of teams have. They don't have their best corner that you played. Did you play with Uzi in Dallas?
I did, yeah.
He tore his ACL early. He was their best corner. They don't even have him. But overall, as a team,
They're really well coached, though. And the quarterback don't turn it over. That's the big thing. They do not turn the ball over.
what helps the Bengals is, and it's going to be interesting, the Chiefs, you can't play that too high shell because the Bengals ran for 170 yards yesterday. 170 yards on the ground.
Is this a Bengals fucking podcast or what?
Hell yeah.
God,
This about to be a Bengals takeover for the next however many years. That's what he told us, right? That's what Joe told us.
I get it. At the beginning of the year, I'm going to apologize to you. I said they ain't going to be shit because they only throw the ball downfield and they can't block. They have adjusted.
Backups came in and played like starters, and this is what a good team does. You build depth, and when your backups come in, it's like, whoa. And again, that's coaching.
Yeah.
You get your backups ready to play, that's coaching. Now your backups are starters. Now your depth is out of this world.
How much of the Bills' regression is coach influenced? Like, 'cause
For me.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about McDermott, but I mean, there's a guy out there who's looking for a job this offseason, Sean Payton, Josh Allen.
What?
Listen. I will say this.
The
If
fuck?
Sean Payton has Josh Allen, it's a different ball game.
Bro, y'all
but
just,
I'm not
where
firing
do y'all come up with this shit?
because when a team is picked to win the Super Bowl
By you?
and you lose in a divisional round, and I know my streak of 2 in a row is
Y'all making
ended.
my shit gonna get more ball with these like questions. Like,
Hey, you know what they say? If women can get breast implants and they can get booty implants,
we
shit,
going
go ahead
here?
and do your hair. No. Go ahead and do
Where
your
we
hair. You
going
don't
here?
want to lose your hair.
I mean, we just get these off the wall
I
questions.
mean, you just came out and losing my hair.
I
and
know
shit.
because JBP comes out with these off the wall questions like, yeah, would you
It's
get
because
Brady, give him $1
you know what
billion
it's called?
and
You remember this now. Anthony Lynn was doing okay with the Chargers. They fired him. Before Anthony Lynn, this is a little bit before my time. I was playing, but I wasn't really a factor. You remember the Chargers?
North
Danian Tomlinson, they went 14-2.
at North Turner?
Marty Schottenheimer was the coach. They fired his ass. 14-2. They fired him.
They did.
Marty, 14-2. And so it's not like it hasn't been done. It's when you have a coach like Sean Payton, do you think it's worth it when you're
No, but we're
quarterback
acting
is
like
Josh
Sean
Allen?
Payton's a hell of a coach, yes. But he's had Drew Brees his whole
But
entire
I will,
career.
and you know what's crazy is Sean Payton, because it's a Sean Payton sweepstakes, he gonna hit the jackpot. And Sean Payton ain't gonna catch no touchdowns. He ain't gonna throw a touchdown. He ain't gonna make a tackle or get a pick. That's the crazy part about it.
I mean, I don't know when Sean Payton just became the God's gift to coaching.
It's because everybody is looking for an offensive guy to make sure that quarterback can get over the hump. Now, to get what Davey P is talking about a little bit is, I'll be honest, man. Brian Dable is unbelievable as a coach because Josh Allen.
But at the end of the day, though, he don't catch touchdowns and don't run them. And
But
that's why the fucking Giants got ran out
the proof is in.
stadium.
We're going to get into the Giants in a minute, albeit very shortly.
We're going to take me to a
in
bathroom
short
break
time.
this
No,
time.
we
Yes,
don't
I
need
am.
a recess.
I have
Bro,
rights.
what is wrong with you?
Bro, I'm drinking.
I am too.
I'm drinking my Red Bull, man. Like, I had a
Look,
long night.
Look, what Brian Dable was his OC, Josh Allen was getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
And now it's like he's coming downhill or he's plateauing. And then you see Daniel Jones, who was awful, got better and better and better under Dable. And so that's where, damn, with Sean Payton, make a difference. I'm not firing McDermott. I think McDermott is a great coach. But they got to figure out in Buffalo, when it's snowing, why can't we run the ball?
But
like, damn, Thurman Thomas, like that's what they did.
Y'all
Like,
keep talking about coaches and firing coaches. If you look at 3 of the 4 teams, the coaches have continuity. You need continuity to win. You have to have like a
Nah, you need an offensive coach.
I know, but you need a style of football though. Like you have to
offensive coach.
Man, come on, man. Damn near every coach is an offensive coach.
Mike McCarthy. Let's just go to yesterday.
Mike McCarthy,
Kyle Shanahan, offensive coaches.
Mike McCarthy ain't no
Bengals-Bills,
offensive coach.
one offensive coach, one defensive coach. Jags-Chiefs, both offensive coaches. Giants-Eagles, both offensive coaches. AFC-NFC championship game, all offensive coaches.
But obviously you need a quarterback because if you look, the 4 quarterbacks that's there, they're elite.
Purdy's elite now?
No, I'll take him out. No, he not. No, Shanahan
offensive coach.
But you need continuity though.
How many coaches
can go with a third-string quarterback?
Would have had Brock Purdy as their quarterback, and they would have been playing like Tommy Frazier in Nebraska with Tom Osborne 92. Option, run.
But the San Francisco 49ers have a system.
Offensive coach.
It's a system, though.
It's an offensive coach.
Gosh, I might argue with a stop sign here.
That stop sign ain't going nowhere. It's there.
It's not. You're right. Come on.
But that don't make sense.
You got it.
All right, Jags-Chiefs. We're going to get into the championship games.
No, we about to take a bathroom break.
Jags,
this is what we doing.
He going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to just keep talking there. He needs a recess. So we going to, he has the bladder of a 2-year-old. You know how when your 2-year-old, they go to bed, you be like, son, go use the bathroom before you go to sleep. And then you wake him up in the middle of the night. You got to go to the bathroom. That's him. He need a recess. We're going to go to Jags-Chiefs. He'll come back in a minute. Mahomes has a high ankle sprain. What tripped me out, and I'm going to ask, Scandrick this, how the hell does the Jacksonville Jaguars let Chad Henne go on a 98-yard drive on them? 98-yard drive. Ball on a 2-yard line.
I'm back.
And Chad Henne, he's back. See how fast that was?
Bro, and
Chad Henne goes 98 yards on a touchdown drive to score. That, to me, cannot happen. You can't let that happen.
What's the question?
How did Chad Henne go on a 98-yard touchdown drive?
He get paid too.
Man, that dude has not thrown a ball, and I don't know how. You can't let that happen.
I mean, he's prepared. Eddie Reed has his players prepared. I play for Eddie. He's the best coach. Everybody's prepared, and they just have the confidence in him.
How many balls he throw to Kelsey? Damn near every one. Stop Kelsey, you stop the drive.
Yeah. The Jags aren't very good though, bro. Like, come on. Like,
no.
seriously.
The Jags.
They're not very good.
The Jags were. I'm not going to take it that far, but I would say the Jags were the worst team from a overall talent level that was left. But if Christian Kirk catch that ball, we got a different game.
If was a fifth, we'd all be in this motherfucker.
We got to.
If was a fifth, we all be in this motherfucker drunk.
I ain't drinking.
If was a fifth though,
got a different ball game. Trevor Lawrence did all he could. That defense, though, with that being said, that defense played well. They held their own. Trevor Lawrence just doesn't have what a lot of these other teams have. He will have that next year.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence he got all the tools. He just needs the experience. Like, the experience.
You're playing the Chiefs. They've been there, done that. You're playing in Arrowhead. Even though Mahomes had the high ankle sprain, he Mahomes.
Oh, he did a jump pass off his left foot. Like, what in the fuck?
So if you play defense, what are you doing to stop Travis
telling
Kelce? How you slowing him down?
I don't know. When I got there on my first day, I remember like it was in cover 2. I'm thinking I'm about to go get this little stick route, the little 5-yard to Kelce. This motherfucker no-looked me to the number 1. And then like after that, I was like, man, I don't think that Travis was very good because he was just.
Who no-looked you?
Pat.
So that's my point. It comes a point in time where you just got to guard Kelce. You just got to guard Kelce.
He's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like
because he's looking here, but
but Kelce is just like he's like wiggly, but he's big. But I don't know how to explain it.
Kelce is shifty now.
He was a quarterback before, so he's
shifty.
Like, I don't know how to explain it. He a dog.
Enough with that. You don't want to talk about that. What you got to say?
Having a lot of quarterbacks, the no looks. You said often, or is Mahomes?
I think it happens more often than we think. I think a lot of quarterbacks know. Look, and I think they made it so big of a deal when it became, Lamar has done it.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow has done it. Matthew Stafford, I think, was one of the first to do it. He's been doing it forever. And so
He did in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
I think the no look is something that they bring out when it's needed.
Yeah.
Because if I'm here and I come here, eventually
I think Steve Young used to do it too.
you're going to trust me that my eyes.
Steve Young.
I think this has been going on forever. But with social media now, it's now a
Bro,
revelation.
I don't expect a quarterback that's in his second year to no look me, and I'm a 11-year vet. Like, that's when I knew that bro was special.
That injury is going to play, or will this injury play a factor in the next game? We will see. Giants, Eagles, man. This here, this is why the Eagles are, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Before the season. I picked the Bills. But I ain't gonna lie, I was watching the game yesterday and I was rooting for the Bengals. I didn't give a fuck. I wanted my pick to be wrong. So I was cool with that. But because of the way they beat the Giants, this needs to be asked, and I don't know if this has been asked. I didn't really watch TV this morning. Are we overvaluing the Eagles because of the way they beat the Giants? Like, we looking at the Eagles right now like, bruh, who gonna beat them?
Nah. I mean,
are we overreaching because of this game?
Nah, I think that whole body of work all season, besides their quarterback getting hurt. But the 49ers are really fucking good on defense, and they find ways to win. And, it's going to be a hell of a game.
You know what the 49ers struggle with, right?
Running quarterbacks.
Mobile quarterbacks. They struggle with Kyler Murray. They struggle with Russell Wilson. Be interesting.
I'm interested to see. But, I mean, the Giants were a team that didn't.
Now, when I say struggle, they still win the game, but they present problems.
But the Giants, nobody expected them to be very good.
Dable played great. I mean, he coached great. And then everybody was like, oh, man, Daniel Jones, what is he going to get? He eats Minnesota up. Damn, everybody ate Minnesota
stinks.
Minnesota's defense was such a liability that we looked at Daniel Jones and said, damn, is he one of the better young quarterbacks in the league?
Not me. That's what you looked at.
No. When I say we, I
them
mean
your
others.
eyes or somebody else's
not
eyes?
Not me.
Probably Davey P, huh?
Nah, not me. I'm not.
Davey P's like, we got to give him a fucking 5
feel
years,
like
200, all guaranteed.
If a player is a solid player and then the coach comes in and makes him a really good player, I'm not paying that player.
Is Danny Dimes a really good player?
He played good. I would say if we ranked him quarterback-wise, I would say he played probably.
He better than Geno?
Nah, he ain't better than Geno Smith.
They just asking.
I would say Daniel Jones is probably 18 to 21.
Bro, that's you just came up with some shit. Your mind is different today.
18 to 21.
He's not good enough is what I'll say.
I mean, can we all agree? Can we name 18 quarterbacks better than Daniel Jones?
I could probably name more than that.
Right. And so he's in that realm. But Brian Dable, he got a lot out of him.
He did.
He got a lot out of him.
But their ceiling isn't very high, though.
Now, I can fight back against that and say,
their ceiling isn't very high.
Who's the starting receivers? See, he don't even know.
Slayton.
Who's the other one?
Who wears number 80?
I'll just tell you. It's Darius Slayton. It's Richie James. It's Isaiah Hodgins.
They got Galladay over there.
Galladay don't play. Sterling Shepard is hurt. They traded Kadarius Toney. So they have Wan'Dale Robinson. So when I look at that and I say, Isaiah Hodgins had 100 yards against the Vikings. He was drafted by the Bills. They released him. Dable claimed him. Darius Slayton kind of fell out of favor. The old regime gave Kenny Galladay this big. So he doesn't have.
Let's just keep it a bear. Fuck all of that shit.
He don't have the skill
players.
players.
Danny Dimes ain't got it.
Okay, let me ask you this though.
He don't got
Hold
it.
up. You know what's funny?
No,
What'd
bro,
you just call him?
Danny Dimes.
So how does a motherfucker
That's a nickname.
Hold up. How does a motherfucker get a nickname but he ain't got it?
That's a nickname.
You just referred to him as Danny Dimes.
That's the nickname that they gave him. Like,
Who's they? Oh, who's they?
Fuck Duke, I guess. I drafted somebody from Duke.
Hey,
Bro, you over here.
Hey, how do you get a nickname if you don't got it?
Bro, he don't fucking got it. Like,
If you don't got it, how are you giving a nickname?
Bottom line, he don't got it, bro. That's why they're not
Dimes.
even ready to commit to him.
I'm
not arguing this no more. He don't fucking got it.
I wouldn't say he doesn't have it.
Oh my God.
But I'm not.
You've been up here for
what you giving
20 weeks up here rewarding mediocrity.
No. So who else have I
I'm not
rewarded?
giving Danny Dimes shit.
I'm
over here looking at
We've never spoken of Daniel Jones. I ain't calling him Danny Dimes like yourself.
Okay, Daniel Jones. We got to move on.
No,
we appreciate everything you did for our organization.
He's a free agent.
Yes.
You re-signing him?
No.
You let him go?
Yes.
So would you rather, where do you go then?
Would go draft.
So you think a quarterback you're going to draft after being a playoff team is going to give you more than Daniel Jones?
It's called trades, my brother.
So you're going to trade up to get a quarterback?
If it's somebody that I like. I don't want Daniel Jones. Like, I know what I'm going to get from him. Nothing.
I don't know. This is going to be interesting. I'll bring him back if it's my price. No, because
it's a good player, good teammate.
Coaches, they don't want to take steps back.
They going to take a step back with him. That's about as good as you're going to get from him. He's not going to ever play better than that.
So if he can, he'll get better. He'll get better because a year of the Dable.
Oh, my God.
We saw it with Josh Allen. Now, he won't be Josh Allen, but he'll get better. That's my take.
Sign.
No, nobody. See, you.
It's always red.
Did you get better?
Yeah, but like.
Okay, so why can't he?
He has gotten I didn't get every opportunity. He's been handed the keys to the kingdom since the beginning. He's got there.
But to say
he don't fucking got it.
To say that he got better from last year.
I guarantee you when they drafted him, if you ask him, where's he going to be in 5 years or 4 years, they wouldn't have guessed here.
Did he get better from last year to this year?
So
why can't he make another jump? I'm not saying he's going to be Joe Burrow. He's not going to be that. But I believe he can get better.
Oh, my Lord.
Now, depending on what he make or what he wants from, I believe he's with CAA and what they want to give him, then we can talk. That's my take on it. Let's go to the AFC Championship, NFC Championship games. Keys to victory, who you like. Bengals-Chiefs. Before you talk, the Bengals have won 3 in a row. Joe Burrow's 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes, but go ahead.
I like the Bengals. I like the rest of their chin and they can run it. Obviously, they're healthier, team that's healthiest. Pat's a question mark right now, but I'm not going to count them out. But I like the Bengals to go back to the Super Bowl.
I believe the Chiefs are getting
I don't give a fuck
2
what
points.
they get it. The Bengals going to win.
So you got the Bengals?
Yes, at 1.5.
So we on the same page. Y'all know I'm rolling with Cincinnati. Only thing that does concern me is Chris Jones defensively and him being able to pressure Burrow up the middle. It's going to be loud in Arrowhead Stadium. Where the Saints play, I believe it's Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I think it still is. And where the Seahawks play. Those are by far and away the 3 loudest stadiums I've ever played in. So that's going to present a challenge and a problem within itself. They do play on natural grass. And so if it's snowing, that helps the Chiefs more than it helps the Bengals because of the Bengals skill guys, or if it's inclement weather, who knows?
Man, you talking about shit that's irrelevant.
No, that is relevant.
Man, all of these dudes can
You
play
don't think
on
that's
all
relevant?
surfaces. No.
The
Bengals is a team that's going somewhere and there's motherfuckers in there.
You don't think playing on grass and inclement weather will affect the Bengals more than the Chiefs?
They practice on grass, right? They got grass to practice on, right?
They have a grass field, but if it's terrible weather, which I just recently discovered, the Bengals got indoor. Bro, I was on the freeway. I was like, what's that? That's like, oh, that's their bubble. I'm like, damn, when they get the bubble? I ain't even know.
Hey, when you was there, y'all didn't even have Gatorade. We know.
No, they got a bubble now.
Okay.
So they'll go indoors if it's terrible weather. But from what I heard, they'll practice outside Wednesday, Thursday, go inside on Friday. This is going to be a good game just from the fact that these teams have been real familiar with each other. The Chiefs don't want to lose 4 in a row. They played Week 13. The Bengals win by 3, 27-24. But the wild card is Patrick Mahomes. This high ankle sprain, he's on the boot or crutches this entire week. He won't practice at all the entire week.
You sound like you trying to like caveat yourself into being like the Chiefs.
No, I'm going with the Bengals, 100%.
Come on, let's move on.
But the Chiefs are good. Like I think everybody has gone into this. Man, the Bengals, this is gonna be a game.
I mean, of course, but the Bengals are just it's not a good matchup for the Chiefs. It's just not. It's not a good matchup.
What makes it not a good matchup?
Because they spread you out, and they dictate. They let you line up and play your coverage, and then that's what dictate where they're going to throw it or where they're going to run it.
But doesn't everybody do that?
No, hell no. Some teams just like the Cowboys line up with an extra fucking. Oh God.
Back to the Cowboys.
No, go ahead, man.
I'm rolling with the Bengals. Make it 4 in a row. Get back to the Super Bowl. See you in Arizona. Who they, baby? Yeah. Go ahead. Who they? Give me a who they.
What is it? Who they say they gonna beat them Bengals?
Yeah. Okay. You know what I want to know? Who started that? Was it the Saints or the Bengals? Because they got who that. Like, I wonder who started that. Like, who stole who's saying? I don't know. Eagles-Niners. That game there.
I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles just because they're at home.
Wait. Who started it?
Bengals.
Originators.
Saints 3 years later.
Originators figures.
Man, nobody don't care about that shit. For real. I like the Eagles, man. But the healthy.
You know what I was told?
What?
Cowboys never go in division and root for the Eagles. So you supposed to be going for the Niners.
Man, listen, I don't do it. I got a mind of my own. I'm a grown man.
All right.
I got a mind of my fucking own.
I don't like this.
Why?
Because we going with the same teams.
Oh,
I wanted you to go to Niners.
No, I ain't. I can't get on the Purdy train yet.
You just earlier said, "Hey, Purdy, I'm sorry." You just
I'm sorry for like doubt. He's really came and like excelled. He's all expectations. He blew the top off. But I think this is the weekend that it's over. And I don't want to say this in that way, but this is the weekend that they die. They're over.
This game,
like an iPhone with like 3%.
The Eagles, because of the way they beat the Giants, I think everybody's like, whoa. But the Giants aren't a good football team. This here is a matchup of strength on strength. Both teams, the Eagles have the best offensive line. Defensive line, about on par. The Eagles are a unit, whereas the Niners are Bosa and Armstead. 49ers, you rush on Trent Williams' side, you're doing nothing. Skill guys, AJ, Devontae, Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, McCaffrey, you probably get that edge to the Niners.
What you mean? You got Goddard, skinny.
Goddard is not Kittle, but he's really good.
Yeah.
Miles Sanders is not McCaffrey, even though he's really good. That's why you give the edge to the Niners because of all of those guys. But I'm going with the Eagles just because I feel like they're going to present so many different problems to the Niners as far as that run game. There'll be multiple and different looks and give them a certain look that, we think it's this, but it's really going to be that. Now you got to account for the quarterback running the ball.
I think the 49ers are going to have trouble scoring. That Eagles defense is better than the
But
Cowboys
haven't
defense.
the 49ers had trouble scoring?
Yeah, but
for the most part, for a while, they win games on the back of their defense.
Yeah, you can win games on the back of your defense, but you win championships on the back of a quarterback.
It's going to be, and this is where the 49ers may be at a disadvantage. The secondary, I know Deommodore Lenoir, he's played well. Got a pick yesterday. Hufanga's played well.
Yes.
But that Eagles secondary with Slay, Bradbury, Gardner Johnson, Epps, bruh.
I remember I said earlier in the year, I was like, they're all tall, they're long.
They tough.
They rush the quarterback, they get there before. This going to be
very similar.
It's not going to be close.
They both rarely, neither team doesn't
Eagles
win
by
slots
10.
They can get there before.
Eagles by 10. It's not going to be close.
10.
Not going to be close.
Damn, I ain't going to take it that far. I'm taking the Eagles.
It's not going to be close.
To win this game, so we will see Eagles, Bengals Super Bowl, at least in my opinion, in Arizona, in Glendale. That's my prediction.
Will you be there?
I will be in Arizona, but I will not be.
You're not buying tickets this year for nobody?
My uncle is probably going to get my tickets again.
Okay.
I don't know if the Bengals make it and I feel good, maybe I will. I don't know. How that happened, did I tell you the story how that happened?
We know the story.
So last year, how I ended up
Yes,
getting,
we know.
Well, tell me the story then, since you know.
The old man that
How'd it happen?
Because the old man,
How'd it
he was on
happen?
the internet. And you seen him on the internet,
somebody
and then they sent it to you. And then you say,
Yeah.
somebody give me his information. Then his
I
granddaughter
showed
or
it.
somebody.
Somebody sent it to me.
I told you, so I don't want to hear your
watches
story.
it,
Next.
and then I just get off of it. They DM'd it to me. I watched it, that's it. It was like 11:30, and I couldn't go to sleep. I was like, Casey, that's my wife. I'm like, look at this. She was like, oh my God, that is so sweet. She had like a couple tears
So
come
you
down
are a
her
good
eyes. And I was
guy.
like, you know what? I went on the thing and I DM'd him. I said, somebody
You are
try
a
to
good
give me
guy.
his information.
You are a good guy.
So maybe I feel good. I don't know. I was feeling good that night. I don't know what happened. I was feeling good, so I got him tickets. I doubt I'll do it again, but I don't know. So if the Bengals make it, you never know. But I'll be out there. Because I'm really good at picking these games, bro. Like, my picks this week, undefeated. Didn't lose a game. Last week, and it's all against the spread.
Oh, God.
All of this is against the spread.
All right, Vegas Dave.
And I don't even bet. Just imagine if I did bet.
Yeah.
I don't even.
As soon as you,
last
when
week,
you don't bet, you win. As soon as you start
last
betting,
week,
them motherfuckers
I'm never
start
gonna
losing.
bet because I couldn't even watch a game in peace if I did. TV, I'd be getting a new TV every week if I bet. So I ain't gonna bet. Last week, I lost one game. This week, I lost none.
All right. You're only as good as your last winner.
Well, I'm undefeated now. And how I do it.
Doing a lot of bragging this week, man.
I did really well.
Crazy.
And look,
you always was like a humble person. That's why I looked up to you. You was humble.
Humble? I don't even know what humble mean, really. I just be myself.
That's wild.
I just work hard, and hey, it is what it is. But Bengals, Eagles, Super Bowl, we've been rambling. He can go take another recess to use the potty, airing it out. Fubo Sports Network. We'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.
Talk about this Super Bowl and these games. We out.
You are funny.